Welcome back, everyone, to a little bit of ASMR at a bomb shelter. Like, no shit, I've got a gas mask canister that you guys are propped up on. I've got my Kalash AK-74. I've got my little gorilla, like, pizzazz on it, you know, just taped up tack light. Yeah, no, I'm still alive. It's April 10th. No, April 11th now. God, I gotta get to bed soon. I'm gonna make this video really quick. I've got like a little bit of an outline that I'm gonna share or go through. But the first thing, I guess I'll just let the combat footage play. This is stuff that was already leaked, which is the reason I'm sharing it with you guys. Not by myself, but by my team. You know, it just made its way out to the public. You may have already seen the footage, but it's from my GoPro, so here it is. Hey, get to cover, right? Let's fucking go.
Go right.
Close. What do we do now? We push.
Yo, we're gonna take position in one of these homes.
Alright. We're out. Let's get out.
Okay. Давай.
Bravo!
Dubai. Very. Go! Get inside the house, get inside. We gotta sit down. We gotta get inside.
Huh?
Move!
We're good? Let's get inside. Go. Alright, I'm gonna open up this door. You need to get in. Shouldn't open the lock. We're in. So yeah, that was kind of nuts. I mean, this is like a minute or 2 minutes of footage that I shared with you guys out of a whole day. A lot of this footage I'm gonna keep until the end of the war, or when I think that OPSEC would be bad to post it. But you know, there's a reason that I'm keeping this stuff to myself, but there's also a reason that I'm sharing it today. And I'm gonna talk about a little bit what happened that day. There is a reason that the Russians are targeting journalists. Being able to say your experiences, being able to talk about what's going on here is a big threat. And given that I have this YouTube channel, I've got this Instagram, and you know, I've got this sort of thing, I've put it on pause for a long time while I was in Iraq, but I think it's time that I sort of utilize that, be more active on Instagram, not so much YouTube. But what happened that day when it came to the combat footage was we'd woken up at 8, and I thought it was just gonna be another day, we're chilling. We had some guy come in and he's like, I need 4 volunteers right now. You're going to the front for a recon mission. We ended up going, like 4 of us. And then we had 2 people that arrived with a truck that morning. I had known them for 2 hours, and they also said, yes, I would love to go. So most of the people that I went with, I had known for less than a week, some of them less than 2 hours. And we went on operation. The recon mission, it went smooth. We went there. Nobody was really there. It was all chill. Then artillery started coming. When that started coming, we were thinking, okay, should we go back? Like, our recon is done. What do we do now? And we get the word, hey, we're gonna be pushing to the front. We're going right now. We're assaulting into Russian territory. And we're like, I'm not carrying around the gear that I would need for an assault, but let's do it. So we pack in the car and we fucking go. And we get there under artillery fire, laying underneath this bridge, and we're chilling, you know, just taking the rounds left and right. It was pretty rough. And then some guy like pulled up, he was drinking a thing of whiskey. He's like, come in here. And we ended up pushing even further. We arrived there under mortar fire. We get into the house, we shoot down, and then, yeah, the only time I shot my rifle that operation was shooting out a door. It was a 1 shot, so that was my operation, my first operation here. There's a lot more to it. I'll talk about it in the future probably, when, again, OPSEC is all chilled out, but for now I'm gonna keep it at that. That's as much as you guys need to know. Let's go on though. I want to talk about what I've been doing thus far, because there's a lot more that I did here that wasn't just, that 2 minutes. So let's talk about the last month here. So I arrived, I did medical and military training. We conducted it as a group that I was with for the territorial defense, which is really, really cool. That's how it goes. So we need to be comfortable with that, because if I'm coming here, exposed and everything. Gotta be comfortable on the left end. Just want to go and explain that real quick, because this is probably going to be most of your fighting. All right? It's going to be from a building. Yeah. Is there any questions about any of this? It seems like you guys understand it. So I went to a lot of cities. I went to Lviv, Kiev, where I met the youngest parliament member in Ukraine right now, which is crazy. And he had like more gear than us. He had like a plate carrier, some magazines, nice rifle. It was funny because a lot of these guys were just waiting on papers and we didn't have anything at the time. So this guy's more armed than us. I met the defense secretary, I guess. I was up in my room. I was like feeling sick. Oh yeah, I got COVID. Like when I had the operation there, I had COVID. I had brain fog like a motherfucker. I didn't even feel any adrenaline or anything, like barely anything. I was just so confused the entire time. Yeah, that first week was crazy. Anyway, yeah, I went to Kiev, and then we got the papers, and then we went to Odessa, we went to Mykolaiv, we went to a lot of different places. There's another city that I went to, which is in Russian territory, but I was only there for like an hour or 2 hours. Let's move on though. I want to talk about my headspace, right? What's going on up here? Sivdiv likes talking about that stuff. I want to talk about digesting, like what we went through, right? So that's something that I knew that I needed. I was feeling a little homesick in Iraq. I was waiting to go on the plane back home, and this war started. And I knew that if I had went home and I wasn't here at this time, while all my buddies, some of them are already in Ukraine, some are going there, I would feel like shit. I came here to go and help my friends, help out in good causes. I know that if I had went home right now, I would not be in a good place. So, I mean, there's a reason that I left van life. Van life seems like, it's an amazing thing, and it is, and it's fun. I'm homesick, or van sick, but it's not worth it if you don't have friends, or if you know that stuff is going on back home. You'll just fall into alcoholism, that sort of thing. My headspace is good now. I'm recovering from the sickness. I'm feeling good, feeling jazzy. I don't know what that means. I got a new tattoo. I guess I'll show you guys right now. It's still healing, but it's an album cover from 9 Inch Nails. What else? And not so much the headspace, but more below. I got blue balled. Leaving from Iraq to here, I thought I was going home, gonna live the life. I had friends and family waiting for me. So I still feel that way a little bit, but again, I reassure myself and know that had I went back home right now, I would not be in a good place. When I'm done with this whole Ukraine thing, probably in a month or two, depends on how many contact lenses I have, honestly, I'll be going back to van life, all right? I'm gonna focus on YouTube, which I've said already before, that I don't really post too many videos, but I am. That's my plan. I'll end up going to Asia as well. I have some plans to go to the islands, all right? A lot of different islands, but probably Indonesia. I'm gonna take a little vacation because, yeah, I need to get away from like Western countries, Middle East. Maybe I don't really need to get away from anything, but I just want a vacation, like with people a vacation where I don't have to have a cloche in my hand. I want to talk about a couple life lessons that I got from being here a month. Communication, very, very important. Being able to communicate with your team members, big deal. A strong leadership. So like a strong leadership command, like somebody is set in charge. There is a team leader going up to the squad leader, chain of command. That stuff is so important. And that's something that we learned in that operation, right? Like we're all trained. We all had military experience, except for 2 of us. We knew what we were doing, but we didn't have a team leader. We didn't know how to communicate with each other. One of the things I also put down was familiarity with your unit. It's very, very important. You have to know who you're working with. One other big thing that I learned was not to be naive and think that you can just go from one war to the next, all right? That's probably not something you guys will have to deal with, which is good, all right? But like I was naive because I thought, okay, anti-imperialism. I hate other countries just invading and destroying buildings and infrastructure and killing people and civilians. You saw what happened in Bucha, in Kiev, Irpin. You can't really just change from one war to the next, even with all that stuff. You need to understand the culture, the language, the people. You need to understand these things in order to actually devote your life to this cause. You can't just You know, it's over said. Like people talk about, oh, you know, the best soldiers are the ones who, you know, they're fighting for their land, and that's true. You saw Afghanistan, you see the Kurds, Burma, you know, the Karen army, you know, they're doing good work out there for how long? 80 years, something like that. And it's oversaid, but it is absolutely true. I came here and I bit off more than I could chew, I think, at the start. You know, I thought that I could just switch from one war to the next and have that same conviction. You can't. You need to spend some time, meet the people. Now I do. I've met my people, I've met my team, I'm staying in my team instead of just going to, you know, I have the opportunity to go to the front line right now, and I want to go. I mean, there's a reason I'm still in Ukraine with a Kalash. But I don't want to just keep switching from unit to unit to unit to unit because you can't be familiarized with the people, you can't know their stories, everything. That's what brings the conviction, knowing the personal stories, not just like a broad thing like, oh, anti-imperialism. So that's all I want to say. It's something I learned and I'll never take for granted again, which is why I'm staying with this unit. Even though we're not in operation right now, it's going to come and be more familiar with them. Another thing, being chased around by Turkish drones in Iraq. We're chased around, bombed, everything. They're on our side now, so that's a little weird. Still don't like Turkey. Turkey's a fucking asshole. I hate them. But that was weird because we heard a drone. It was definitely not a Turkish drone, but for a split second, I thought it was a Turkish drone. It ended up being a Russian one. It was calling in all the accurate artillery that was coming in, obviously. But the drone situation, now they're on our side. It's kind of weird. And the last thing I'm going to end with in this video, just want to be quick again. This video is not very planned or organized at all. I want to say that I'm not a recruiter, okay? I'm getting a lot of messages of people asking, how do I join? You know, which unit are you in? Can I join? And here's my background. There's a lot of people that are very experienced, much more experienced than myself. There's a lot of people that aren't experienced at all. I can't sift through that stuff. I don't have time for that. So I want to make it clear, I'm not a recruiter. All I'll say is that there are ways to get here, all right? So try and get in contact with somebody who can help you. Myself, I've known a lot of people that I've recruited into Yepige or Yebusha. Not recruited, but like people that I recommended it to. And one of them recently, you know, he left Yebusha. So, you know, I just want to make sure that, you know, I don't want to be a liability. Or I don't want you to be a liability. I don't want a liability. I think that's what I mean. Like I don't want to know that, okay, I brought this guy who might not have the best experience. Now he's in the front line and yeah, so I'm not a recruiter. And anyway, that is the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. There's gonna be more Instagram posts to come, I think. But I want to stay away from the whole clout thing, you know, like I'm not trying to, there's a lot of people who come here and they're just like fucking, you know, and bless them. They're doing more work than a lot of people, but they're coming here and they're just taking a lot of videos and like posting stuff. I don't want to be that guy. For the last year and a half, I pride myself in not being that guy and not having pride because I don't want that to be my focus. I know that the conviction is going to come from the heart, not from clout and, oh, I can get this many subscribers or whatever. Just keep that in mind. I'm going to try and stay away from the social media, but I'll get a little bit more connected because I love you guys and you guys love me. Mwah, mwah. I'll see you guys later though on Instagram. Make sure to give it a follow. It's in the description. And thank you so much for the support. Slava Ukraini.